Well, we're staying here in Frankfurt, Germany, in a hostel, and it's really kind of neat here. It's like revisited in the 1920s. Everything here is of a very, very unique and early vintage. Very nice, tiny little elevators. Had a great breakfast here. They have wonderful breakfast with your rent here at the hostel. We're about ready to go outside. It's snowing and kind of misty out. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. Just a day ago we were sitting in 37 Celsius weather, and now we are in 1 Celsius weather. So we're going to brave the elements here in Frankfurt and look around and look at some of the fun historical sites. We're here at the main train station here in Frankfurt, doing a little bit of research on the area. We discovered it was built initially in 1888 and then modified in 1924. What I found rather fascinating is that you have all the tracks laid out here, and it's set up to work, as you know, with steam. You need space for the steam and everything to escape. One other thing that came to mind is looking at this, it reminded me so much of a Zeppelin hangar. And of course they were building Zeppelin hangars at the very point of time they were building this in 1924. So it's interesting how much it resembles that. And I bet perhaps the technology used in building those hangars came into the forefront when designing this. Hi, I'm on a bridge here above the main river here in Frankfurt, Germany, and I've been walking for a couple hours, did a couple of miles around here looking at some of the fascinating architecture, both old and new. Behind me is one of the neat ones, is a cathedral behind me called St. Bartholomew's, and that's where the kings were coronated in this area until about 1792. It's fascinating as I walk through here because it's an interesting mix of old and new. I would say probably 3/4 new, 1/4 old. Of course, after the end of World War II, Frankfurt went through a whole rebuilding, and a whole new series of structures were built here, including the bridges. Of course, the bridges were all gone at the end of that time. But what is really fascinating is how they mix old and new. And of course, each one of these bridges, although they are new, that each one tries their very best to look like part of the old. Yeah, we're outside of St. Bartholomew's Church, which of course was badly damaged during air raids in 1943 and 1944, and it's been restored to a degree. Not the best of styles, one might say. One of the things I found rather fascinating is inside they used solid stone and painted creases to make it look like separate stones, which doesn't come across too well, but perhaps it's a project in the making still. But it's one of those places that looks really great from a distance, but not too close up. Hi, we're having some chicken and vegetables here, and we're here in Frankfurt. It's very cold, actually. It was snowing all day. We ended up right outside of the train station, actually, where we're staying. It turns out to be the red light district of Frankfurt. It's kind of interesting. You walk out of the hostel, and the first store I came up to, it looked out, was called House of Sex. It's kind of interesting, but there's nothing left to the imagination in every one of the windows of the stores we went by. So having made a turn in a different direction, there was a restaurant that had very inexpensive food. So, you know, with the way the dollar exchanges to the euro, it looked like the best thing to do. So here we are enjoying our cheap chicken and vegetables next to the House of Sex. So, talk to you later.